Sitagawa. Munaga borozu wanne. Cha cha cha.
Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing the movie Áfàméfùnà and Nwa Boi Story, which is currently streaming on Netflix. So this movie tells the story of Áfàméfùnà, who is a prominent businessman who is accused of a crime after one of his friends was found dead during his father's memorial service or memorial celebration. Some police officers, come over to his place and take him in for questioning. And in the process of questioning him, we are taking on a journey back into his past, his younger years, the young Afamefuna, and his life as a young apprentice. So now the movie was directed by Kayode Kasum, and the story was written by Anyanwu, Sandra, Adora. I think the movie came out last year and it was in the cinemas, but now Netflix has it on its platform. So if you haven't watched it, you can easily just sit at the comfort of your home and watch it. And it's a drama, sort of mystery, suspense, murder mystery, but essentially drama. This movie showcases the richness of the Igbo culture and shines the spotlight on Igbo apprenticeship system that is, very common, very popularly known to happen in the southeastern part of Nigeria. So essentially now, in the Igbo community, it is customary for parents to send their male children to go to the city to work as an apprentice for a skilled businessman over like a certain period of time, with the expectation that the master will eventually settle the apprentice. Now, settle the apprentice means the master would, enable him to start up his own business and give him like a startup capital, maybe give him a shop to, go and start up his own business and basically continues the cycle, push that forward. So essentially he will also come and become a master, and the apprenticeship thing will continue, which is very rampant, which is very commonly known, like we've seen it in movies. But I think this movie just wants us to understand, the intricacies of it. So now I'm talking about the cast and performances of this movie. So for one, we have the lead actor, who is Afamefuna. So the younger version, I'll just call his name Afam for short. So the younger Afam was played by Paul Nwadiekwe. So him now, he is this very eager to learn, very honest, very humble young boy who mother had brought him to the city to work under this man and learn, the trade. He's a man of integrity. He's very hardworking, very attentive. Like he pays attention to what he's learning, and he's also very passionate about the work. And the older version of Afam was played by Stan Nze, who really embodied this character. He brought life to this Afamefuna character. So he, on the other hand, just continuing from where the younger version of Afam was, he was very dedicated to, serving his boss. He was very loyal, very trustworthy. Like he would go above and beyond to, make the business smooth, make things, work out well. I was very, very hardworking, very noble. And honestly, in this movie, like all the actors, delivered exceptionally well, like gave us top-notch performances. So now for the next person in the movie I'll be talking about would be Odogwu, who was played by Kanayo or Kanayo. So now Odogwu is this master. He has this is it building material shop, where he teaches, boys how to trade. He was more or less like a father figure to all the boys. It was just nice seeing, Kanayo play such a role, because they're very used to him playing all these ritual, occult roles and stuff. But it was also nice to see that this man is a wonderful actor. Like he can take up any role and deliver exceptionally well. And with his Igbo proverb that he'll be dropping here and there's one that really stuck with me, that he said, if you marry a monkey because of the money would one day finish, but the monkey would remain. I'm like, yeah, James, wise what? So Odogwu was this master, he trains like boys, this whole apprenticeship thing. He was sharp, the one doing it in the movie. And it was just so nice to see that he didn't, cheat these boys, he didn't take advantage of them. Like the unity and the love and the bond and everything was just very nice to see. And to the point where, these boys are living under his roof, and he didn't treat them any sort of way. So with the fact that they could eat with him and just chill with him, was very, very nice to see this kind of master and servant relationship. And also there was also one scene in the movie that really stuck with me, the incident about this apricot. So there's this guy that, let's say, cows are supposed to be sold for, let's say, 3,000 naira right now. So he sells that 3,000 naira tail for 7,000 naira. Can imagine. So when Afam found out about it, was very upset because the woman was like, so that boy has been cheating me, waiting me to meet, and essentially, are going to affect Odogwu's business. So when Obum was confronted by it, and Odogwu was told, Odogwu, instead of cautioning Obum, called Afam aside and was trying to explain to him like his business is apricot. So it's just that what the way Obum did it was in a very greedy manner. It will make sense if you're adding, like, say 1,000, 2,000 to what you are selling, but adding extra 4,000 on top is just very, very greedy of you, selling the same thing, and essentially it would in turn affect the business because there's competition out there. So essentially Odogwu's character was a father figure for these boys, and he was also one that had this very loving, very healthy bond with between him and his apprentice. And it was just very refreshing seeing Kanayo play this role. The next person I'll be talking about would be Paul. So the young Paul was played by Chidera David. Like, he was a wonderful actor. Like, he embodied this character. Like, Paul was this street smart guy. He had a sweet mouth. He knows how to talk to customers. He knows how to bring customers in. Like, he understood the business. So when Afam came to the city, to Master's shop, obviously there were other boys before him. And when he came, Odogwu told him, like, there are three rules in his shop. Number one is, respect my customers. Second one is, don't steal my money. And the third one is, don't womanize, don't get any girl pregnant and stuff like that. And now, once he was done with giving him these rules, he handed him over to second in command in the shop, who happens to be Paul. So I feel like Paul was someone that had been there the longest, so he was more or less like in the managerial position of the business. And Paul just put Afam through everything about the business, taught him how to be street smart, not just business smart, but how to read, the room, how to engage with people, just taught Afam essentially. It was more like a friend, like a brother and everything. So now, the other version of Paul was played by Alex Ekubo. Now, it was also nice to see Alex play in this movie and also take up this role because he surprisingly did well, which was very nice to see. And his character would get on your nerves a lot. Oh my goodness. Like, his character would annoy you so much. From when he's young to when he grows older, you see that there's no change. Like, he's still the same sharp witted person. Mind you, he's very hardworking, and when it comes to the business, he does his best, to protect the business. He prioritizes the business, and he wants to see the business grow and flourish. But aside that, he's very carefree. He just does as he likes. He's very sharp, like with the whole issue of the fake notes that he was able to discover and stuff like that here and there. And I feel like most of the boys looked up to him now as the other person in the room. But I feel like he was very eager. He was just wanted to make quick cash, quick money. He was looking for shortcuts in life. The next person I'm talking about now would be Detective Gidado, who was played by Shegun Arinze. Now, he did act his role very well, of course. Like, he's Shegun Arinze, he can perform any character given him to him. But now, what I didn't understand and what I did not like about his character was the fact that he was speaking Hausa. Why did he have to speak Hausa? Like, what was the essence of that? It just rubbed me off the wrong way. Because most of the time you hear him speaking Igbo. So I'm like, okay, what's with the fake Hausa accent? They could have just left it at, just the Igbo or just plain English. But yeah, but aside that, he did his own thing nicely. Then next person I'm talking about would be Amaka. Amaka was played by Atlanta Bridget Johnson. So she happens to be, the daughter of Odogwu, who now happens to be Paul's ex, and also happens to be Afam's wife. Imagine, you can see the triangle. Amaka's performance was good, but she annoyed me so much in this movie because, okay, for one, you could see like it was so glaring or so obvious, like, okay, this girl was very naive, and obviously Paul was taking advantage of her and just mind games and whatnot. So she was just head over heels in love with Paul, and obviously Paul was just using her for what he could get from her. And Just imagine, you stole money from your dad to give to your boyfriend. The boyfriend disappears, doesn't take your call, just goes off the face of the earth. He now pops up, let's say several years later. You now, just carry on with where you left. You didn't learn from what happened before. You just like she was just annoying me in the movie. Sha, beg her. She was just annoying me, but she sha did her thing. And just also shows like how if a woman truly loves you, the extent she would go to prove that love. Next person I'm talking about will be Obum, who was played by Chooks Joseph. So this guy, I enjoy his movies a lot. Like he's a good actor. He's a very, very good actor. And although he didn't have like a very significant role, he was also one of the Nwa boys, one of the apprentices at Odogwu's shop. He was the one that, did the whole adding excess money on top, what was being sold kind of thing, but he was just very greedy. But yeah, he was a very tough guy. I just liked his sins, his little sins, sha. But yeah, but aside that, you get to see like other familiar faces in the movie. For one, we have Jide Kene, we have Esodike, and honestly, I don't know why they were in this movie. I do not know why. It was more or less, are they extras? Is it waka pass role? Because their role wasn't very significant to the movie. It didn't add to the movie and it didn't take away from the movie. But just considering the fact that okay, these people are known actors, like you would see them and you'd be curious, oh, what's this person's role in the movie and everything. But maybe it was just to come and spray money and just depict the whole Igbo culture and whatnot. But aside that, they didn't do anything in the movie. So now I'll be talking about like what I liked or what I enjoyed in this movie. I liked the story. The storyline was very, very simple. It's very compelling and it's also very relatable. And it's something that you get to see happen every day. It just speaks to human nature, like how greed can make people act a certain way, and you end up betraying and hurting and breaking friendships and bonds. I also like the fact that this movie did not portray money ritual as a source of making money, because honestly sure I'm not the only one. When this movie started, somebody dead in the bush and people dancing and having a good time, just celebrating, and also finding out that Kanayo is in the movie. The first thing that will come to your mind is okay, money rituals, who are they killing for money, or what. But you'll be surprised that storyline was just, it wasn't even about that. So that was something I really, really liked about this movie. The movie would show you that through hard work and dedication, like hard work and dedication is actually the key to success. I also really loved the aspect of Igbo culture that the movie portrayed. How it also portrayed Igbo men to be hustlers. Like we know Igbo men are businessmen. Shows how hardworking they are, how industrious they are, and not the stereotype around Igbo men being they sound funny, they dress funny, they're not so educated and all of that. Like with this movie, you get to see, like for instance with Afam, despite the fact that he was uneducated, you could see that this guy is well cultured. She's not ill mannered. I really liked how it shines the light, like it shows more or it explains more about this Igbo apprenticeship system, because it's something that we hear about, something that we see, but we don't really understand, we don't really know what it is about. So it just like emphasizing on values such as respect, hard work, unity, that happens within that Igbo community. And cinematography was great, of course. Like everything was captured nicely. Like it was very clean, very beautiful display of culture. Now I'll be talking about like themes in this movie. Like for one, there's the theme of greed, which you will get to see with Paul. Like he was just too greedy for my liking. And you can see how greed led to his downfall, because honestly he was doing too much. And the entitlement of some people do, like the audacity. Like I'm working for my money and you're coming to me, blackmailing me and playing mind games on me on top my hard-earned money. It's just ridiculous, honestly. Like some people can be so entitled and can be so annoying. Because okay, let's discuss about this a bit. So now he was blackmailing Afam. He was just using this emotional mind game thing on him, saying that you stole my girl, you took my position, basically saying that he took his destiny. Because all thought, even I, like everybody thought Paul was going to be blessed by Odogwu to go and start his own business. But no, it was not his time. But of course, Paul was very upset, he felt very betrayed, hated Afam, which is okay, which is understandable. But he's not always using that thing to attack Afam. And mind you, Afam worked for everything he got. He was not just sitting on his ass, just waiting for everything to come to him. Like he went above and beyond to make business smooth for his boss. Remember the incidents with the containers that were, kept, and how everything was just affecting Odogwu. Afam was able to find a way around it. But with Paul, I feel like Paul was doing his best, the best that he could do, but it was just not his time. So if he had been patient enough, it would have gotten to him. Yes, because jealousy breeds wickedness, breeds hate, breeds malice, like everything was just, the whole combination just turned Paul into a very, very ugly person, personality wise. Imagine having a debt of 100 million and somebody is paying every month 5 million, 5 million, 5 million to your debtors, and you're still coming to tell me that I should give you money, I should give you 10 million naira, that you want to throw a party, I be what? Like Paul's own was just too much. Like he got what he deserved, sorry to say, but he could have just calmed down. It was not like he was even using the money for business. And you also get to see the theme of brotherhood in that scene where, one customer came to their shop, she wanted to buy towels, but they don't sell towels there. Paul just, calmly told the lady that, oh, that he'll go and bring, that they have someone that sells it. So you could see how, like, even if they don't have that thing that you're looking for, they'll still go to their brother's shop to try to get it for you. It just shows like the unity, the sense of community amongst the Igbo people, like in terms of business and how they do things. You get to see the theme of entrepreneurship, which is something I'll be talking about throughout this movie, and tradition, love. It's going to entertain you, it's going to teach you, it's going to inspire you to do more and be better, do good, and also be pleasantly surprised with how the movie would turn out. So it is an Igbo speaking movie. Don't worry, there'll be, subtitles for us that don't understand Igbo. It's a wonderful watch. Kudos to cast and crew, like everybody, costume, design, makeup, everything was really, really, really good. Like I enjoyed watching Igbo culture in its full glory. So if you have seen the movie, let's talk about it in the comment section. Who is your favorite character? Who did you enjoy seeing in this movie? For me, I think my two favorite characters would be Afam. The older version of Afam was played by Stan, and the younger Paul. I actually enjoyed the two of them, their characters, very, very well. The grace and the patience that Afam had to not go off on Paul, despite everything he was saying and doing, but he was being the bigger person to when push came to shove, he had to do what he had to do. But what are your thoughts about the movie? Like, what do you think? Did you enjoy the movie? So for me, I'll be rating the movie a 7/10. If you've seen the movie, like, let's talk. Who really killed Paul? You get, like, who really killed Paul? Was it Afam, or was it Paul's actions? What's your take on that? Also, please, in the case of Afam, Amaka, and Paul, can you really date or even marry your friend's ex? Like, what do you think about that? Is it something that, Afam should have avoided, or he should not have even cared about it? Because honestly, just a bit messy, or just too messy for all the parties involved. Amaka's not the only girl in the movie now. She's not the only girl in the movie, because all this could have been avoided. I feel like adding that marriage to Amaka was something that also triggered, it was like an added weapon in Paul's hand that just drove him over the edge. But yeah, what's your take on, marrying your friend's ex, or even dating your friend's ex? Like, have you done it? Is it okay for you, or it is a no-no for you? If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and drop a comment. Check out my other videos that will be linked in the cards and in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.